So, New York will get the ball. The score is New York 4, Los Angeles 3. We'll be back with more action right after this.
Attention, volleyball enthusiasts. After 7 years of development, Tote Court volleyball systems are now available in your area. Tote Courts are light and durable with a custom tote bag for convenient transportation and storage. With a 10-minute setup, excellent net tension at top and bottom of net, and an optic yellow boundary line for those close calls, Tote Court can make your party, picnic, or tournament more enjoyable.
Tote Court is the best portable outdoor volleyball equipment I've ever used.
Tote Court, bringing volleyball to everyone.
No diet in the world will help you lose weight until you do one thing: control your appetite.
Everything's a lot easier with Dexatrim. I'm not hungry, so I lose weight.
Dexatrim. You can't buy a stronger appetite control formula without a prescription. Just one capsule works all day to help you lose weight.
With other diets, I was hungry. With Dexatrim, I wasn't hungry, and I lost the weight I wanted to.
Extra strength Dexatrim. No diet capsule works harder to help you lose weight.
When Sir Isaac Newton passed light through a prism, the color spectrum was born. Now, General Electric filters light through a blue glass infused with the rare earth metal neodymium. And a remarkable color spectrum is born for TV. GE Neovision. It lets more color out and less room light in for our greatest range of colors yet. GE Neovision. It puts color in a whole new light.
Persona presents All-Pro Personified, defensive end Howie Long.
Some players do a lot of talking. Seems like they do more talking than playing. But it doesn't matter what you say. It's what you do on the field.
It's not what Howie says, it's what he does. At Persona, it's what we do to give you a clean, close, comfortable shave at a fair price. That's what it means to
get personified.
Get Persona, blades and disposable razors.
Now you're talking.
We're back. Chris Marlowe along with Dick Montgomery. High score at 4. Ball served out of bounds, and Los Angeles will get the side out. Side out is just when you retrieve the ball in volleyball. Carol Shazar serving from San Luis Obispo. Serve is too short. And New York will get the ball. Seems like both teams are a little tentative, a little nervous. In a big opening match.
Yeah, I think so. And, of course, they haven't had a lot of time to practice yet, and so they're going to be a little rough around the edges at this point. See, there's another serve out again, Chris. We've had 2 in a row, and I think players of this caliber at the end of the season aren't going to be making those kinds of mistakes.
Tracy Clark to serve, the veteran from USC, an All-American there for 4 years. Quick set to Bogalski. Recovered by LA, and Patty Dodd doing a great job on the outside, spiking the ball down. Point Los Angeles. 5-4, LA leads. Pepler out to the outside. A roof on the outside, Mary Jo Pepler. And New York gets the ball. There's Pepler, number 6, the player coach, veteran player coach. Back set to Dodd. Dodd is dug. Pepler with the save. Debbie Green, the one-hander to Beaupre, and Beaupre puts it away.
That's a nice move. Did you see the way that she took off behind the setter and took that one-leg takeoff and was able to separate that block and get the ball down?
Patty Dodd serving for the Starlights. Serve is on the line, an ace for Los Angeles, giving the Starlights their 6th point. 6-4 Los Angeles in game 1. Out to the outside to Chappell. Kept in play.
Ellen Bogalski now serving for the Liberties.
Bogalski to serve for New York. And the ball hit Carol Shazar going out of bounds, Dick. That would be a point.
Oh, definitely. She tried to get out of the way. She knew it was out, but she just couldn't back out of the way. That's too bad.
And a spike straight down. April Chappell, the 6-footer, middle blocker from Tennessee, played her collegiate ball at the University of Tennessee, the Volunteers. Another point for New York. 7-6 in favor of New York. A little confusion because the scoreboard is off. Have the scoreboard at 6-6. Official score we have is 7-7. So the score is tied one way or the other between Los Angeles and New York. Ball spiked by Shazar, kept in play by New York. Crockett off the block, out of bounds. Rita Crockett gets the kill.
That's a really nice kill, Rita. Rita goes up in the air. She's got that marvelous jump. She hangs up there, and she kind of waits till the block doesn't have a chance to stay up with her, and then she just uses it right off the block.
Ginny Beaupre with the serve. And Chappell comes through and hits it. No touch detected. That will be a point for Los Angeles.
I think April thinks that they touched that, but I don't think they did.
Ball blocked down. Point Los Angeles.
Chris, that's a real nice play by Debbie. She gets up there and the block isn't up on her, then she just puts the ball away herself.
Ball spiked down again. Debbie Green, the smallest player on both sides, hiking it down. That's a good shot of Debbie, 5'4½". Originally born in Seoul, Korea. Debbie Green with another spike, kept in play. Chappell, done. And the spike to put away. Laura Smith.
See what they're going to try to do right here, and Debbie's in the front row. They're going to try to set outside and hit over the top of her if they can.
Serve is into the net, so Los Angeles will get the ball. The scoreboard shows the score as Los Angeles 10, New York 6 in game 1. Out to the outside, Augenbaugh. Doug. Ball kept in play, and we're going to have a double contact on Los Angeles. New York will get the ball. Nice diving save in the backcourt by the Liberties. You just joined us. I'm Chris Marlowe along with Dick Montgomery, Major League Volleyball. Two of the glamour teams in the league, New York and Los Angeles. Brazil with a spin serve. Ball blocked down. Crockett blocked again. Tracy Clark finally spikes it off the block, out of bounds, side out, Los Angeles.
Having some great rallies here, Chris. Joey Brazil just hit that spin serve. It was a great serve, not a great pass, but Debbie Green, being the great setter that she is, she moved right in there and got that ball and made him a save.
Spike is out of bounds by Smith, giving Los Angeles another point. 11-6, Los Angeles. 5-point lead for the Starlights. Crockett to serve. We're going to have a held ball. You might explain that to some of our new viewers.
Well, anytime that the ball comes up there in the net and two players contacted simultaneously, hold the ball, it's played over.
Ball comes to a stop. They play it over. Good call by the referee, Alex Ballo. Quickly out to the outside. Augenbaugh. And it seems New York is just having a tough time hitting the ball in. They're making a lot of spiking errors.
No, definitely. Sandy's not hitting the ball very well right now. She's pressing a little bit. She's been out of the game for a couple of years. It's going to take her a while to get her timing back. Here she comes again, and she got that one down. That's her shot. She likes to go cross-court hard.
To score 12-6, you wonder how long Mary Jo, the player coach, will wait to call a timeout. Is it tough to play and coach at the same time, Dick? I know you did it at one time.
I think so. I think it's very difficult. I thought she should have called a timeout a little while ago to slow down the momentum of the LA team.
Beautiful dig by Chappell. See if New York can get a point. Pepler. The ball stopped. Point New York. And perhaps the momentum starting to shift just a little. The server, Laura Smith. Bogalski, number 12, who put the ball away. Down the line. Back set. The dig, that's legal. A double contact is legal. And a double contact is called on Los Angeles. A double contact is legal on the first play on a dig, isn't it?
Yes, on a hard-driven ball, that's legal. But on the set like Debbie did that time, they're not going to let her get away with that. She thought maybe that she should have been able to get that, but she didn't.
And so Pat Zartman, the coach of Los Angeles, has called timeout. We'll be back with more Major League Volleyball. The score, 12-8, Los Angeles on top.
Persona presents All-Pro Personified, defensive end Howie Long.
Some players do a lot of talking. Seems like they do more talking than playing. But it doesn't matter what you say. It's what you do on the field.
It's not what Howie says, it's what he does. At Persona, it's what we do to give you a clean, close, comfortable shave at a fair price. That's what it means to
get personified.
Get Persona, blades and disposable razors.
Now you're talking.
How proud you'll be to set your table with this elegant flatware monogrammed with your initial. And only you'll know the entire 50-piece service for 8 costs just $19.99 plus shipping and handling from Fingerhut. Try it free in your own home for 30 days without sending a cent. Call Fingerhut now. We'll rush your order direct to your door for your free trial. If you're not satisfied, return it and owe us nothing. We'll even include these 2 free gifts, yours to keep just for trying this amazing offer. Your personally monogrammed stainless has the look and feel of much more expensive pieces. Specially finished knife edges for easy cutting, plus your monogram on every piece. So practical you can use it every day. Get all 50 pieces now. Pay later in 3 low monthly payments. Plus you get 2 free gifts. To get your 50-piece personally monogrammed stainless,
call toll-free 1-800-453-5100. That's 1-800-453-5100. That number again, 1-800-453-5100. Do it now.
Welcome back, Hofstra University. Welcome back, Hofstra University. I'm Chris Marlowe along with Dick Montgomery. The score, Los Angeles 12-8. Take a look at that last play, Dick. Perhaps you could describe what happened.
Here's Carroll going cross court with the ball. And the pass coming up here to Debbie, and the ball got into the net. It's difficult to see from that angle, but the ball got into the net too close. Debbie wasn't able to handle it cleanly, and of course she got a double hit on that.
Okay, New York with the serve, batted over. This is a free ball. Pepler out to the outside to Augenbaugh. So far, her favorite hitter. Kept in play. Pepler with the spike, and Mary Jo Pepler, 42 years old. First played internationally on the 1964 Olympic team, then went on to play in the 1968 Olympic team, and she really is considered one of the finest players, if not the finest players the United States has ever had.
She's a great athlete, fantastic athlete, won the Superstar competition, the first woman I think ever win the Superstar competition, 42 years of age. Her back is bothering her a lot, and she's still putting the ball down, Chris.
Going to have a substitution for Los Angeles. Coming into the match, Annie Niss, number 5, 5'10", setter from Riverside, California, played at UC Riverside. She's into serve and play backcourt defense, where she's very effective. Pepler to the outside to Augenbaugh. Augenbaugh is blocked, and a lift is called by the official, Alex Vallow. That will be a point for Los Angeles. Niss will serve again. Remember, we're playing to 15. You must win by 2. New York having a little trouble passing the ball right now. That time the spike is good. Tracy Clark batting it down, side out to New York.
Serving for the Liberties.
Augenbaugh to serve. Quick set to Dodd. We have a net violation. You're not allowed to touch the net at any time. It appears that New York wants to run the middle as much as they can, Dick.
I think they have to. They're going to have to run the middle so they can open up their outside game. They're real powerful outside. Right now, they're not passing well enough to do that effectively. You see how strong they are outside? April just puts that ball down. Sandy puts that ball down. But in order for them to get that one-on-one, they have to run the ball. Have to run that middle.
Good isolation on the outside for Chappell. Spike by Beaupre, off the block. Jeannie Beaupre, a graduate of UCLA. Fine all-around athlete. Played basketball also in college. Serve received for New York. Pepler scrambles for it. Another bad pass for the Liberties. Crockett. Glass, and Rita Crockett gets another kill. Kill just being a successful spike. Dodd back to serve. Point game on the line for Los Angeles. So Mary Jo Pepler, the coach of the Liberties, is going to take timeout. The score of 14-9, and New York having a little trouble controlling the ball, Dick.
Well, their passing isn't as crisp, I'm sure, as they'd like for it to be, and they're not getting that ball right up to the spot so that they can run a multiple attack.
Take a look at the last point, Dick.
Yes. See that spike coming cross court and right into the corner? That's a fine spike right between 2 players. They try to make a play on it, but just can't do it.
Rhea Crockett with tremendous leaping power. She goes up and hangs. It's very difficult to time, isn't she?
Difficult because she's up there so long, stays up in the air. The block goes up to block her and then comes down and then she hits.
Los Angeles with point game. 14-9 over New York. And mistiming, and the ball goes over. And New York will be into the net. So Los Angeles has done it in game 1. The Starlights have beaten the New York Liberties 15-9. The home team getting off to a poor start. Los Angeles cruising through and showing their experience. We're going to come back with game 2. Major League Volleyball here on ESPN right after this. Stay with us.
Ladies and gentlemen. Hey folks, TV Guide's got a number for you and a number of reasons to use it right now. Let's start with the best listings going. We're talking top-of-the-line stuff here. Descriptive, on-the-money, comprehensive, complete. Of course, you could settle for a Sunday paper.
I think TV Guide is more comprehensive and detailed than that.
Okay, so can that idea. And call us toll-free, 1-800-228-8300. For an honest-to-goodness magazine devoted to television, just check out our articles, features, profiles, and commentary. You'll read the world of television and see how television reads the world. Now add great weekly features like the Sassy Insider, all the movie lowdown, the handy sports calendar, and other than a cover-to-cover bargain, what do you have?
The world of TV in a nutshell.
Express your desire for 30 issues of TV Guide delivered right to your door for just 3 easy payments of $5.75 each. Just call 1-800-228-8300 for the best thing on television, TV Guide.
Welcome back. I'm Chris Marlowe along with Dick Montgomery. You're looking at the Los Angeles huddle, and it's a very happy huddle so far because the Los Angeles Starlights have won their opening game of Major Volleyball League 15-9. The huddle for the New York Liberties a little more subdued. What does New York have to do to get their game back together?
Well, at this point, Chris, it's quite obvious that New York has to be more consistent. Their passing isn't real good, and they've got to have a good pass in order to utilize that strong attack that they have. They've got to be a little more consistent and block stronger. Now, remember, early on we said that Los Angeles was a more experienced team. They're probably not going to make as many errors. So as I see it, New York has to overpower them. In order for them to overpower them, they've got to be better passers. You've got to get that ball up there, run a middle attack, run an outside attack, and let their big, strong attackers get the ball down.
And the New York team must block the ball in addition to that to score points. They have a bigger, more physical team. If they don't block, then they cannot rally with Los Angeles.
No, that's the key. Their block has to get up in the air and take away a certain part of the court. There's the Liberties sign. We've got an obviously partisan crowd here.
Easy choice for a name for New York. A great choice, the Liberties. The fans are here. As I said, a nice crowd has assembled to watch the first game. I hope you're enjoying Major League Volleyball here on ESPN. We're going to be having a game of the week for the viewers, featuring all 6 teams in the league. One match was played Friday night as the Dallas Bells defeated the Minnesota Monarchs before a capacity crowd of nearly 3,000 people, and I'm told that the enthusiasm was great up in Minnesota. They're going to have a good franchise up there.
Well, that's going to be a great franchise, and I heard, as you heard last night, that match was a great match, and standing ovation at the end. Everybody was very pleased.
The New York Liberties trying to get off the mat. They trail 1-0. Remember, this is the best 3 out of 5 game match. I might tell you a little about that woman, Mary Jo Pepler. Head coach, Hofstra University, 1970 and 71. Won 2 national championships down there, along with Marilyn McCreevy, her co-coach. Back set to Beaupre, and Ginny Beaupre spikes the ball down. Side out goes to the Starlights. We'll talk a little more about Mary Jo Pepler, a fascinating person. Beaupre with the serve. No score in game 2. Another bad pass, and New York just having trouble putting the ball up to the net.
Yeah, it's very, very difficult. They've got to get that body behind the ball, get that platform out there nice and flat, pass that ball. There's a good pass.
And the resulting side out. Much like the triple option, isn't it? If you get the good pass, then you have either player to set.
You get the good pass, and you have a lot of options. If you don't, you have one option. That's how the block can set up very easily.
There was a net violation, according to the official, Alex Vallow, so the Starlights got the ball, and the Starlights get another block. Great stuff. Carol Shazar and Rita Crockett. Mary Jo Pepler is going to substitute now. Going out will be Laura Smith, and coming into the match, Sue Harbor. Number 7, she's a 6-footer from Pullman, Washington. Played her college ball at the University of Oregon. We'll see if she can make a difference. Hagen ball. Little dink shot. 3-0 Los Angeles. Now 4-0 Los Angeles. The Starlights looking very impressive under coach Pat Zartman. There's Sue Harbor. Game 2. Los Angeles won the first game. Pepler, back set. To Bogowski, ball blocked out of bounds. And you have to admire the Starlights, smaller players, but they're blocking the ball very well.
Yes, they're doing a very good job of blocking. I think the key is that they're serving tough and keeping him in passing trouble.
Ellen Bogowski with a serve. Perfect pass. And Debbie Green with the set to Shazar. And Green will serve. Debbie Green recently married to Joe Vargas. Just a little quick set that time. Shazar puts it away. And almost a facial there for Mary Jo Pepler. Ball blocked out of bounds. New York with the side out. Looking at the serve receive of Los Angeles team. Augenbaugh to put the ball in play. Green back set. Crockett. Tracy Clark snaps one through. Tracy Clark, as I said, the All-American from USC. Played her collegiate ball for Chuck Irby. She's a tremendous player for the Trojans. Now testing herself in women's professional volleyball and doing well so far. Crockett with the serve. Score is 4-0 Los Angeles. Debbie Green to Clark. Off speed right in the middle of the defense. And the mobility of Los Angeles is paying off.
Definitely. They serve tough. Force them into another passing error. There it is.
Off speed into the middle of the defense. And a little trouble, the communication trouble. And New York is going to take timeout. They're kind of confused right now. The score is 6-0 Los Angeles. The Starlights using an up-tempo offense, and you talked about experience, Dick, of the Los Angeles team. Mary Jo's team, she's got some talented athletes, but they're more inexperienced. Let's take a listen into the huddle of the New York Liberties.
Monarchs hosted the Dallas Bells. The match was an exciting 5-game match, won in the 5th game by Dallas 15-9. We'll be ending the season on May 10th, and right after that we'll get into the playoffs.
Mary Jo Pepler, very calm, won a national championship at Utah State in 1979.
In the league
Went on in Kentucky.
the first ever champion.
But she had a 5th place team and now is at Florida University along with Marilyn McCready. Just trying to settle her young team down. And a serve into the corner, Rita Crockett. And Los Angeles doing everything right. You're wondering how much the teams have practiced. They were allowed to start practicing by league rules on February 1st. They were allowed a maximum of 50 hours of practice. And Pat Zarbin, the coach of Los Angeles, told me his team practiced 42. Dodd is done. New York needs to get on the ball. Chappell. And they do. April Chappell spiking off the block, side out.
That's what they've got to do, Chris. They've got to get that ball out to their big hitters and put the ball down. Got to start getting some momentum here. We've got to change the momentum of this game.
Joey Brazel. Little dink shot, great up by Brazel. And Pepler spikes it in. I was going to ask you, how do you change the momentum? If you're the coach, what do you do?
Well, there are a lot of different things you can do. One thing, you've got to get moving on defense. You may want to change your tempo on serving, serve a little tougher. It's a good time for Joey to be serving that overspin. See, now that overspin serve has gotten him 2 points right off the bat. This is how you get the momentum back.
And she has certainly changed the momentum. Joey Brazel serving the spin serve. New York, 2 straight points, 7-2. That one contacts the net, side out Los Angeles.
And that's the price you pay when you serve tough like that. It can be inconsistent. It's a low percentage serve.
Carol Shazar to serve. Pepler, quick set. Blocked and recovered. Los Angeles on offense. Out. Mishandled ball, but it was not called. Pepler out to the outside to Chappell. Chappell, beautiful dink. April Chappell doing it on the outside, side out.
Very nice stink. She had the defense all dug in, playing back there, and then she tipped the ball right over the top of the block and caught him sleeping.
Sue Harbor with the serve. Beaupre, nice dig in the backcourt by Augenbaugh. Out to the outside, Chappell. Ball kept in play. Quick set. And the quick set is dug by Crockett. Dodd keeps it in play. And the spike is down. New York making a comeback. We're going to take a short break. Los Angeles on top, 7-3. We'll be back.
Right now, you have the power to turn contaminated water into clean drinking water for a little girl in need. You have the power to irrigate barren fields so that food can be grown to feed a hungry boy. And you have the power to give a sick child who's never seen a doctor the medical care he needs to get well. Just by calling this number and saying, "I want to sponsor a child," you'll receive a child's photograph and personal history. Then you'll read how Save the Children combines your money with other sponsors to make permanent changes for so many children. Still, 52 cents a day, $16 a month. You will change a child's life and enrich your own.
Become a Save the Children sponsor. Call 1-800-521-7797. That's 1-800-521-7797.
It's the dawn of a brand new day.
Introducing new Sunspray Coast. Same great Coast lather, but a whole new scent.
Cause Sunspray picks you up in a brand new way. Like the fresh, clean feeling of a brand new day. Coast picks you up and makes you feel alive. Yeah, Coast, feel alive with Coast.
New Sunspray Coast and invigorating regular Coast too.
Because of time considerations, we move ahead now to later action.
The big roof at the net by New York. New York gets a stop. And side out to the Liberties. New York just put the ball away. Substitution into the match, Cheryl Ty. We have not seen her tonight. She will serve. Along with Dick Montgomery, I'm Chris Marlowe here at Hofstra University. As the New York team taking on the Los Angeles team, which could develop into a great rivalry. It has all the makings. Good dig, but no one can get there. Stevenson's dig just a little too far to the right. Nice try by Brazel.
So a nice spike and a fine dig, and Joey's trying to run this ball down, and she just can't quite get to it. Too bad. Great dig in the backcourt.
6-2 Los Angeles. New York. Augenbach dug by Shazar. Shazar, a very gifted defensive player. Beaupre. Off the block. New York once again having a little trouble controlling the ball. Crockett, great up by Augenbach. New York needs this rally. Crockett all alone. Rita Crockett. Perhaps the most experienced woman to ever play volleyball for the United States. She and Debbie Green on the national team in 1978. 7-2 Los Angeles. Another point for Los Angeles.
I think it's time for a timeout, Chris. They need to slow this thing down a little bit.
Mary Jo Pepler a little reluctant to call timeouts. Like to have her team work through it. Nice dig by Annie Niss. And no one's going to get that one. The campfire defense right up in the middle of the court for Los Angeles. You don't see that defense very much. Another substitution. Into the match, Laura Smith. She replaces Stevenson. Ball could not be scooped up. Once again, the Starlights showing just superior mobility. They're just much better defensively and moving around the court at this point in time.
Yes, no question. Even on that play right there, Rita jumps up in the air, doesn't get the tip.
Substitution for Los Angeles into the game, Joyce Jackson, 6-footer, middle blocker from San Bernardino, California. Played her collegiate ball at UC Riverside last year. She played on the Division II National Championship team along with her teammate Annie Niss, who's also in there. Jackson to serve. She has a jump serve. She didn't choose to use it that time. Used the spin serve into the net. Jackson just joining the team when Kata McGarry got a job promotion and chose not to play, the former UCLA star. So Jackson very new to the system, but has a lot of talent. Dig into the block, off the block, and a point for New York. New York perhaps trying to start a belated rally. They need to catch up quickly. 8-3 in game 3. Remember, Los Angeles won the first 2 games. Back set. Crockett is blocked. And a long two-handed dink by Rita Crockett. Los Angeles will get the side out.
Rita's experience is really showing here. You see that? She went up and she showed a short shot and then pushed it deep, and they had all the defense coming right in, and she got the ball down.
It's a tough chance. Kept in play. Los Angeles running smooth. And the ball is stuffed at the net. April Chappell. Side out to New York. Brazil serving. Quick spike on the outside. Rita Crockett, and she is magnificent.
That's a great play. Rita comes from the right side of the court to the left side of the court. That's one of the toughest shots to hit, and she hit that very well that time, Chris.
New York on offense. Chappell spikes it off the block, out of bounds. Nice turn that time by April Chappell. If you're interested in this New York team, they will be playing their home games at Hofstra University. The next match will be February 28th here at Hofstra. Almost a great diving save. The dig by Jackson and Crockett trying to save. The Dallas Bells will come to town to play New York. How about the athletic ability of some of these women, Dick?
Unquestionably unparalleled. Oh, there's Rita's play. See how she make that great move? She dives, she pushes off, makes a roll, tries to get that ball up. Even though they've got a lead, she makes a great effort to try to get that ball up, and that's the kind of athlete every coach likes to have in their program.
Don't forget, ticket information, 1-800-554-9000, Major League Volleyball. Franchises, New York, Chicago, Dallas, Minnesota, San Francisco, and Los Angeles. So check out the team nearest you if you like what you see. Beaupre puts the ball away. We might mention that Los Angeles' next game, their home opener, will be March 1st, Sunday at Cal State Long Beach's campus gym. That'll be the home opener for Los Angeles. You want to see some of these great stars, be sure to be there. And the ball could not be retrieved. Patty Dodd gets another kill to her arsenal. Carol Shazar once again with the serve. Tremendous try for the ball out on the outside. There's no way to recover it backhand. There's a timeout on the floor. Mary Jo Pepler has called the first of her 2 timeouts. We might mention that there are 2 timeouts per team per game.
Time passes on. Okay, let's stay right on top of them. Don't let them escape. Show them you can drive somebody right out of the jail. Okay, let's do it.
Come on. Keep it up.
Pat Zartman, the USA team coach in 1974, and one of the men responsible for getting Flo Hyman, the late great Flo Hyman, involved in volleyball. He's really done a nice job of coaching over the years.
Oh, yes. He's been involved with volleyball for a long time at all levels, from the national team all the way down to kids as young as 12, 13 years of age. And he has experience and very bright, very patient.
Carol Shazar to serve, and the timeout worked for Mary Jo Pepler. New York will get the ball. Don't forget, more Major League Volleyball coming up on ESPN. The next game, February 28th, when the Chicago Breeze will travel up and play the Minnesota Monarchs. Dick and I will be there covering for ESPN. That should be a great one. Chicago, coached by Rick Butler. Some tremendous players led by the All-American from USC, Leslie Devereaux. And Minnesota, coached by Jim Coleman. They also have a very, very fine team and a tremendous rooting section up in Minnesota. Slight timeout while they wipe up the floor, which can be very dangerous. And Los Angeles will serve 10-4 in game 3. Los Angeles won the first 2. Dig by Niss. Quick set to Beaupre. Knuckled up and kept in play. Nice play by New York. On the attack, Kepler. Another dig by Shazar. Out to the outside. And Dodd delivers one home. Patty Dodd giving Los Angeles a point. Annie Niss to serve. Also played at UC Riverside. 11-4, Los Angeles. Little big shot. Mary Jo Pepler. Mary Jo was not sure if she was going to play tonight. She had that nagging back. Playing pretty well for a woman of 42.
Back doesn't seem to be bothering her at all. She's doing a good job.
The only woman to be named All-American in 3 different decades by the U.S. Volleyball Association. The 60s, the 70s, and the 80s. So, talk about longevity. Ball spiked out, point to New York. New York down to their last chance. They need to make a run now. They trail by 6 in game 3. Spike over the block and out. Another point to New York. Pepler still serving. Lepre taking the quick set. Debbie Green with the set, and back to serve. 23 years old. Said played at UCLA and a couple of great ball clubs there under coach Andy Benikowski. Big shot is up, but no good. Debbie Green getting stuffed. So New York will serve. Ellen Bogowski to put the ball in play. I know you like her. She's a good player. You've seen a lot of her up north, haven't you?
Oh, definitely. She's the kind of a player that can play any position, and that's the kind of person you like to have. I think in this team she can play right side. She's playing in the middle right now. She can play on the left side. Very good server as well.
Into the match, Laura Smith, number 5, to block. Back set. Rita Crockett gets the kill off the hands, and Crockett and Dodd playing very, very well. We're going to have another substitution. Joyce Jackson coming back into the match. You're allowed 3 substitutions in every position. That's another rule change. If you're a starter, you're allowed to come in a 4th time, and that just allows the starter to come back in one more time. Is that right?
That gives you a little more flexibility than we've had in the past with this.
Jackson spin serve, spins out of bounds. Tough chance for Jackson. Only 21, getting her first chance at top-level international competition. She played Division II and played on a very fine team, coached by Sue Gazansky. But when you're playing with the professionals, it's a big jump, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. She's probably got a few butterflies. Her heart's really pounding out there.
11-6, Los Angeles. Just bumped out of bounds, and the Starlights get another point. The Starlights looking very, very powerful. Debbie Green with the serve. Kept in play, and Laura Smith puts the ball away. Interesting line of Smith's in the press guide. She said, Mary Jo Pepler was my idol when I was a young player, and always has been.
Now she's receiving sets from her idol. Interesting combination.
Have to stay around long enough to play with your idol, though, don't you?
That's good.
And Mary Jo. And a lift is called on Los Angeles. New York gets the ball. Do you recommend that Brazel would go with the jump serve? Now she's serving the floater.
No, I think she should stay with the floater. It's working for her right now.
Good pass by Jackson out to the outside to Crockett. Ball knuckled up and stuffed down. Brazel, a very good serve. New York coming on. We'll take a short break and be right back.
No diet in the world will help you lose weight until you do one thing: control your appetite.
I get results from Dexatrim without making sacrifices. I'm not hungry, and I lose weight.
Dexatrim. You can't buy a stronger appetite control formula without a prescription. Just one capsule works all day to help you lose weight.
You don't even think about eating, so the weight comes off.
Extra strength Dexatrim. No diet capsule works harder to help you lose weight.
Why sit in the doldrums when you can ride the crest?
The Atlantic difference.
Get the Atlantic difference. 8% on your money market, guaranteed for 2 months. Call 1-800-4-ATLANTIC and make more money with Atlantic's money market. 8% guaranteed for 2 months. Call the Atlantic coast to coast for an 8% money market. The Atlantic, member FSLIC.
Madeline Kahn on having it all.
What is this fascination we have with having it all? Haven't you ever wanted it all? Just a tiny bit. Michelob Light has it all. Superb taste in a less filling beer. But is having it all the answer? Is it really so wonderful to be wealthy, glamorous, and have an unbelievable singing voice? Yes!
Michelob Light, you can have it all.
Because of time considerations, we move ahead now to later action.
Welcome back. Los Angeles 1 point away from clinching their opening match against New York. Dallas has already won. Dallas beat Minnesota. Chicago and San Francisco are playing right now to see who will be in first place of the Major League Volleyball. Los Angeles with a chance. Deep shot. It's gotten up. New York needs a side out to stay in it. And they get it. They get it from Sandy Augenbach.
Well, let's see what happens here. The last 2 serves, Mary Jo felt she wanted to go deep and long, and one of them went out. Let's see if they do it again.
Good pass. Little big shot. And Debbie Green 5'4.5", originally born in Seoul, Korea, moved to California when she was 3 years old. Starred on the Olympic team. 1976 as a high school junior, has a chance to end it. 14-12, Los Angeles. Rejected, but kept alive. Rita Crockett. And Rita Crockett does it for Los Angeles. The Starlights win over the New York team, the New York Liberties, before an appreciative audience, 15-12. The game scores: Los Angeles 15-9 in the first, 15-10 in the second, and 15-12 in the third. And your thoughts, Dick Montgomery, in the first match?
Play got better as it went along. First two games were started out kind of slow. New York started to come on in that third game. Third game I thought was an excellent game. I think we're going to see this throughout the whole year. We're going to see this league get stronger. The women get stronger. The timing get better. The defense get better. It's going to be very exciting.
Just seemed that New York got off to such a slow start in each particular match, or each particular game, I might say, that when they caught up, they had exhausted their fuel, and then Los Angeles just put them away.
By the time they made their run, it just seemed like they didn't have enough to keep it going and just push themselves over the hump. And I think we're going to see that change as time goes on here.
Tremendous match for Los Angeles. Some of the great players, Rita Crockett and Patty Dodd. So we'll be back with more coverage of Major League Volleyball here on ESPN after this.